Guys, today we're on slide 19. I'm actually going to write it out so you can type it while I'm writing it, but I'm going to write it because on the HR diagram is a little bit easier for me to explain on actual paper. Okay, so this is your exact same slide 19. This is the HR diagram. It's actually the Hertz-Russell diagram, but we call it HR for short. So it's just like any other graph or something like that. On the x-axis is going to be temperature, or you might see it called absolute magnitude. Again, that is just the actual temperature that it's going to be. I'm sorry, not absolute magnitude, absolute temperature or something like that. Luminosity is going to be brightness, and that's on the y-axis. So what is different about this HR diagram is, sorry, that's the bell, is that temperature actually increases as it goes to the left, and temperature is going to decrease as it goes to the right. So it's not a normal type graph. We are increasing in temperature as we go to the left, so the hottest stars are going to be towards the left. Okay. Brightness is like normal. As you go up the diagram, it becomes brighter. So in our little stars here, it says stars get brighter as they move up the HR diagram. So that means, guys, anywhere up here, doesn't matter where, is the brightest stars. So anything up here towards the type is the brightest stars. That means these guys right here are going to be the dimmest stars. Anyone down at the bottom is the dimmest, which just means the opposite of bright. Stars get dimmer as they move down the HR diagram. Stars get hotter as, again, they move to the left. So the hottest is going to be over here towards the left. The coolest is going to be to the right. So stars get hotter as they move towards the left. Stars get cooler as they move to the right. Okay, and then this last one is the brighter the star, the bigger the star. Okay, so in our groups of stars, you can see that our supergiants are up towards the top, and that's where they are the brightest. So our giants are up towards the top, which is going to make them bigger. And our white dwarfs, which dwarfs are going to be smaller, they're going to be our dimmest. So if it's bright, it's going to be very big. If it is not very bright, it's not going to be very big. It's our smaller ones. Okay, so let's go over this again. I'm going to write in a different color so maybe you can see. That means let's just label parts of this diagram. If I am the dimmest star, okay, the dimmest is going to be towards the bottom, and the hottest. So this is going to be where dim, hot stars are found. Okay. Still hot up here, but now it's bright. So this is it's gonna be bright, hot stars. Okay. Now over here, it's gonna be towards the right. So it's cool stars, so they're gonna be cool, and dim stars because they're towards the bottom. And these up here are gonna be cool, but bright stars. Okay, and that's how you label the HR diagram. Okay, now let's talk about the groups of stars. So if I start with main sequence, because that's what our sun is right here, it would be a yellow star. Our main sequence takes up most of the space on the diagram. That means, and you should be typing here, that's why it says type here, main sequence is where the majority of stars on the HR diagram are found. So most of the HR diagram, the stars that are on it, the majority of them are in the main sequence group right here. All right, white dwarfs, where our sun is going to end its life cycle, those are down towards the bottom, so they're going to be the dimmest stars for sure. The dimmest but hot stars. So they're dim and they're hot. Those are the white dwarfs. They're towards the bottom. They're also going to be the smallest. because since they're down at the bottom, so their size is going to be the smallest. Our giants are going to be pretty cool with average brightness because it's about in the middle. Giants are about in the middle. Okay, but they're cool because they're over towards the right hand side. Super giants are going to be the brightest stars. With average to cool temperatures. Okay, so they're average and they're cool because they are mostly over here. One thing I did not mention about the stars and the color is the hottest color, if you go up, you will notice is blue. And the coolest color is actually red. Okay, so the hottest is blue and the coolest is red, which is opposite what we would usually think. Okay, and our sun is found in the middle, so it's got average brightness or average luminosity and about average temperature. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do slide, it should be slide 20 on our notebook. So let's go ahead and label the groups. So let's label our main sequence, which is our group that is down the middle, the one that has most of the stars in that group. Our white dwarfs go down at the bottom. There are dwarfs, they're small and they are very dim. Our giants go right here towards the right. They are our cool stars. And then our supergiants, which are our biggest, go up towards the top and they are our brightest group of stars. So remember, as we go to the left, we are getting hotter. Okay, so I know hot and hot goes over here. As we go to the right, we are getting cooler. So I know these go over somewhere to the right. Now we've got to do brightness. Our brighter stars go towards the top and our cooler stars go towards the bottom. I'm going to move this out a little bit. Okay, then our cool and bright goes up towards the top right because they're cool, they're on the right hand side, and they are bright because they're up towards the top. That means our cool and dim is going to be towards the right hand side. Okay, you have another drag and drop with main sequence, giants, white dwarfs, and super giants. You might have to click back and forth between the HR diagram, and I might have to show you and do that also. So let's start with this. Not bright because they are small. Not bright because they are small. Our smallest stars are going to be our white dwarfs. Okay? Bigger and brighter than giants. Our bigger and brighter than giants is going to be our super giants because super giants are above giants on the HR diagram. Not hot, but bright. Not the brightest though. So they're not hot. And they're not going to be they're bright, but they're not our brightest. Is going to be our giants, okay, because they're over towards the right hand side. Get bigger when they get hotter. So as they get bigger, they're also going to get hotter. Okay, if we look at our HR diagram right here, as the stars go up, they get bigger and they get hotter. So that's going to be our main sequence stars. Okay, stars spend most of their lives in this category is going to be main sequence. All right, very hot, but not bright. So remember, our hottest stars are going to be our group of white dwarfs, but they're not very bright because they're down towards the bottom. Okay, bright because they are big. That's our supergiants. They are the brightest. Okay, bright because they are very big. Oh, so let's actually change that. Let's change their big and bright to giants, but bright because they are very big and super giants. Okay, so guys, some things to make sure that you take away. Stars get hotter as they go to the left. Stars get cooler as they go to the right. Stars get brighter as they go up. And stars get dimmer as they go down the HR diagram.